Hey, welcome everyone. This is Mike from zozostockwatch.com, and this is going to be your stock watch list for the 11th of December, Tuesday. Let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of trades that we did in the service today at Zozo Stockwatch. We were kind of schizophrenic at the service today. At first, we were going long BABA, and we're all mentally sound in the service, but the market was popping and dropping. So our first trade out of the gate today was BABA coming up over above VWAP. It was basing a little bit. It got up over this 151.25 spot, and the stock popped all the way up to 152.81. That was our first trade of the day on BABA. Now, like I said, we were schizophrenic. We were playing all different directions here. We played Visa to the short side here on Visa. As you can see on this 2-minute chart, it came up to my moving average here. It started to drift back down. We had the whole number where you see a lot of battling going on. So we thought if it broke this 136, we might get that move down, and that's exactly what we got on the short on Visa, and it was Aqua. All right, AQUA. Now, this one had been getting insider purchases. To be honest, the first time I tried this, I tried it over this 10.05 spot. It popped up to about 10.10, not enough to take any off the table. It pulled back at me, had to get back out, lost a nickel on AQUA. Watched it later on in the session. It did the same thing, got up over that 10.05. This time it did a grind up. It got up to about $10.19. So about a 14-cent gainer. It did close up near the highs, AQUA. So a small trade here, up about 14 cents on that one. But my best trades were the Visa short and then the BABA to the long side, first trade out of the gate today. So we were doing it going both ways today, longing and shorting on the markets. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the action for today. We had the NASDAQ composite closed up green, 51 points. The Dow was up 34. The S&P up 4. Now, we were down about 500 points at one point. And then the market closed in the green after that sharp decline. I guess a good day for the bulls. Now we have to see, how everything's going to play out for tomorrow. Let me show you the Dow, and we'll go to the daily chart. So now the most important level on the Dow, as you can see on this kind of hammer candle here, the low for the Dow today was 23,881. So we'll call it 23,882. All right, so that's going to be the most important spot on the Dow. Can the bulls hold that level and turn us back up? Same thing for the SPY. All right, we see a lot of these hammering candles. They're not perfect hammer candles, but we have a low here of 258.68. So that area is going to be watched tomorrow. If we break down below that, that doesn't look good for the bulls. And then, of course, bulls want to take out the top of this candle tomorrow. The high was 265.16 on the SPY. So we'll see if we can get the continuation move back up on the SPY. The IWM, pretty much same thing. All right, the low here on the IWM that we bounced off of was 141.45. So we'll be watching that level to see if it's going to hold and if they can break us back up above this 144.70, 145 area for the IWM. Let's go back to the markets. Let's look and see what was down. Now the transports were down again, and this is with oil selling off today too. Oil continues to grind lower. If we look at the XOIL, which is the light sweet WTI crude oil, you see we're just holding above this round number $50 area here on light sweet crude oil. But even with oil having a weak session, transports were still ended up down 75 points on the transports. Most of that coming from FedEx was down. down today, and UPS also took a hit today. Both of those are big components of the transports. So that's the transports. And then let's see what else was up today. We had the SMH up today by a point on the SMH. So we got some bounces in. Like I said, we were trading NVIDIA to the upside. I'm sorry, AMD to the upside. NVIDIA also bounced today. We did not trade that one. Apple had everything thrown at it today. Apple, Qualcomm, and Apple are going at it in China. China court grants a Qualcomm injunction against Apple, banning sale of some of the phones, something about their software, and then Apple saying that the software was in the older phones. That software is no longer in its new phones, so they're going to keep selling their phones in China. That's the way they, I guess, determined the lawsuit there between Apple and Qualcomm. Anyway, I'm not a lawyer and I don't attempt to play one, but Apple, with everything thrown at it, bounced off today this 164 level, right? The low on Apple today was 163.33, so we'll call it 163. The thing was, though, it could not get up over this 170 area, which was support, now has become resistance. So we'll see what's going to happen with Apple tomorrow. Let's take a look at it in the after hours and intraday. You're looking at a 5-minute chart intraday on Apple. You see that 163 area holding right here, and then they start to turn it up later in the afternoon. It started to turn back up right around 12:35 Eastern time. And started to turn that back up, but we closed under that 170 area on the intraday chart. 5-minute chart is what you're looking at there. All right, so that's some of the action in Apple. We went through the markets. Let's talk about Twitter for a second. Twitter has been holding up pretty well. Twitter, nice close here underneath the 200 SMA and underneath the 34 area still on TWTR. Facebook might be trying to put in a bottom here. You can see the channel that it's in, that trend line that I have, trend line resistance. If it can get back over that trend line, which is probably around 143, 142.50, you might get a turn in Facebook here as it's starting to make higher lows. So we had a low here, a higher low here. Now we just need to clear out of all this congestion here on Facebook, courtesy of the trade exchange that came out after hours. Under Armour reportedly ousts 2 executives close to CEO Kevin Plank, CNBC. So Under Armour releasing some executives there. RareX did a 100 million secondary on RareX that came out after the bell. SFIX, they had earnings. They beat by 7 cents, revenue beat, but they did lower guidance going forward. And as you can see, they were up in after hours, and then they sold it off on that guidance. Under Armour, like I said, they got rid of a couple of executives there. No movement in the after hours on that one. Let's see, what else do we have? We had ASNA. This is a retail group, ASNA. They had earnings come out after the bell. They beat by 2 cents, beat on revenue. Stock is holding up okay in the after hours so far tonight. CASY, Cassie General Store, beats by 16 cents, beats on revenue, CASY. That stock is selling off. They must have lowered their guidance. We had UAL load factor came in at 83% on UAL. Those numbers coming out after the bell tonight. No reaction to that. Let's see, here's the warnings from Stitch Fix, SFIX, and you can read that for yourself there as that made new lows after hours. We had some top insider purchases come out after the bell tonight. FIX, OCUL, INTC, which is Intel, CEO purchased over 5,000 shares at 46.74 for Intel. STX had an insider purchase. UAL direct to purchased 15K shares at 88.08 on UAL. Let's just check that out. 88.08. So he's up on his trade, right? UAL, yeah, 88.08, and we're trading at 88.55. Intel had an insider purchase. The insider purchase was for 46.74. So he's up on his shares too at the moment. LGCY had an insider purchase. It's a small oil company. Dish also with an insider purchase. NMRK CEO purchased over 300,000 shares at 8.59 on NMRK. That stock currently trading at 8.65 in the after hours for that stock. Let's go ahead and take look at the stocks I'll be watching for tomorrow. Let's get rid of the news box from the trade exchange. Some of the stocks I'll be watching tomorrow. First one up is ABEO. All right, this stock had a nice turn today. 1.6 million shares, trying to turn the corner, get up over that 50 SMA. So I'll be watching ABIO, fixing my line there. Let's see, has 950 in the way also on ABEO, so that'll be on watch. AQUA is also trying to turn back up. 1.6 million shares, gave us a small trade today, so I'll be watching this AQUA again. CLDR, now recently they had earnings, Cloudera, and this one will be on watch. You see it holding above the 10, the 5. This one will be on watch. CLVS trying to turn and move up on this name. Volume today 3.9 million shares. We have 2250 up in the way here at the moment on CLVS. Cronus Group, CRON. This one got the Altira is involved in it, 45% stake, $1.8 billion. So this will be on watch. Held up okay today, holding above that $12 area on Cronus Group, so that'll be on watch. Cyber holding up pretty well through all this market selling. CYBR, possible swing trade in this name. Facebook, we talked about trying to turn the corner there. I'll be watching Facebook. Fold also getting some volume in the name, trying to turn, holding the bottom of this Bollinger Band, basing this $10 area, trying to turn up. IMMY had a strong day today, underneath that 550 currently, almost a million shares traded in IMMY. INNT, let's check this one in after hours. It got as high intraday up to about $3.30, held above 3 in the after hours. 4.6 million shares came into this name today as they tried to turn it around and push it up on INNT. So that one will be on watch. MRNS. This one was wild during the pre-market. It was popping all the way up to, is that right? Yeah, it popped up all the way to about 750. Then it sells completely off. Then they push it back up to about $6. Sold it off again, and it stays in the middle of the range. Now, I did not get a single trade out of this. I was watching it, but then lost interest as it kept moving down, and then they put in this V bottom. So this MRNS will be on watch tomorrow. I'll keep an eye on it. Microsoft has been holding up pretty well here, trying to get up over that 108 area on Microsoft. NBEV has been holding up, trying to get up over the 50 SMA, that dark blue line you see there at 511. We're at 504. Let's check the after hours. After hours, we're right around that 503 area, so NBEV stays on watch. NVAX trying to push up and out here, trying to push up through this Bollinger Band here. 9.3 million shares in this name on NVAX. Let's check the after hours. We're up here at about $2.19 or so on NVAX, so that'll be on watch as it is kind of starting to break out from about $2. We have that 225 area up ahead. Okta holding up very well. This one will be on watch. RKDA got a big pop. I'll open up the chart for you. 700,000 shares on RKDA, agricultural stock, ag name, trying to push up in the after hours. Got as high as close to $5 on RKDA, so that'll be on watch. Team has been holding up well. Software stock, they had this big pop up to 90. They've pushed it back down to about 80. We are holding above the 50 SMA on Team. TWLO holding up very well. Twilo, TWLO doing well. We'll see if that one gives us a swing trade or entry. Twitter I talked about. UXIN was very strong today again. Another follow through day. 17, 18 million shares. A bit extended now. It came up to about that $6 area on UXIN. So I'd like some kind of red to green on that one. VNDA, big pop on this name. Now they've pulled it back to about the 5 EMA, starting to turn back up. VNDA, that'll be on watch. YTEN was popping. As you notice, it cannot get above the 200 SMA. It moved up all the way to the 200 SMA today at $1.53 and then pulled back from that to $1.34. YTEN, there was the pop-up intraday. Nothing going on in after hours, but we'll see on that one. And then lastly, Zscaler. Zscaler has been holding up well. I wish I would have caught it down here, but they had earnings. The earnings came out. They popped it up, got above 42. Now we're kind of just hanging below that 42 level, but we are above all the fast moving averages on Zscaler. And last but not least, if you're curious to try my service, we are running a Christmas special offer. All right, Christmas will be here in a couple of weeks. The coupon code is Xmas 2018. If you would like to try our service, I'll put this link down in the description box below. You get a full month of trading with me. That's the swing trade service. You get access to the Omnovia room, the private Twitter feed. You'll get access to all the alerts and calls in the Omnovia room for just $19.95, all right, for your month. All right, so come check us out at zozostockwatch.com. Monthly trading subscription, Xmas offer, Xmas 2018 is your coupon code. Just scroll down, click on this, put in the code number, and you'll get your first month for $19.95. Merry Christmas, happy holidays to all. We'll be doing a video right up until Christmas each night, but just wanted to get that out there. If you'd like to participate in my service and community, we'd love to have you for $19.95. All right, this is Mike from zozostockwatch.com. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll be back at it with another video tomorrow night for Wednesday.